Perfect. I'm heading to France. Why France? Because why not? Thank you to our $5 patrons, Redwolf4765, Midnight Gemlord, and Sean. Thank you to our $3 members, Recliner Plays and Redwolf4765. And a very big thank you to our $25 patron, Alex Ice Rose. Now, before I open this breakdown / discussion on what I would do if I had the ability to teleport here, there, and pretty much everywhere, please go ahead and leave your own thoughts on what you would do with teleportation in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification so you miss out on any videos that come with the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. It's more as low as $1 monthly exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into the discussion. What's up, guys? Pencil here, and here we are to talk about what I would do if I had the ability to teleport. And when I say teleport, I don't mean that like bootleg, booty, garbage stuff like, oh, I can open a portal here or there. Oh, like I need to hop into another dimension and then reappear in our dimension. Oh, I need to like just freeze time and then walk to someplace else and then unfreeze time and then it looks like no, I mean like that broken teleportation. Like I'm just here at one point and then the next instant I'm somewhere else. And by somewhere else, I mean legitimately like nowhere near you. Like I'm probably in France. I don't know why France always comes to mind first, but for some reason I love to stand on the top of the Eiffel Tower. But that's the thing. That kind of teleportation, what would I do with it? First things first, I'd actually figure out how to use it. Notably, even if I did have like perfect teleportation, all I want to do is think of an area and then I will perfectly end up in that area without any issues like clipping into walls or stuff like that, or clipping into people or breaking the rules of reality and like literally collapsing the universe by becoming a living, breathing wormhole. I got to figure out all that stuff. Like if I just woke up one day, I was like, oh man, it'd be so nice to be in California right now. And then I just immediately appear in California. I'm going to have some questions. First things first, we're going to do a whole ton of testing. Mainly because, like, it wouldn't be wise not to. Like, you typically want to master an ability first. Like, when you first started walking, did you immediately graduate to running? No. I mean, actually, I know some of y'all are different, so maybe y'all did. But at least for me, I had to figure out how to hobble around first, and then I figured out how to walk, and then I figured out how to jog, then I figured out how to run. I need progressive build-up, so I'm probably going to start small. Little teleportations here or there. I may go from the first floor to the second floor. I may go from the second floor to the first floor. I may go from inside my house to outside my house. I may go from the roof to the basement. Stuff like that. Tiny little bit. Little bits, little instances of space skipping here and there, just to see what it do, what it be like, what it feels like. Because notably, I'm not exactly sure how it would feel to teleport, especially if you're like drastically shifting climates, heights, temperatures, all that. Like it would probably throw you off. Notably, I'm not sure if this is for anyone else, but when I fly a plane, or I do not fly planes, unfortunately, I do not have the skill, but when I ride on a plane, if I manage to actually fall asleep before I go up into the air, my ears don't like shift or anything from the pressure change or the height change or anything. So I'm not sure if I would have the same effect of teleporting because like I'm just not there. I'm just in one area to the next. But presumably for like safety's sake, for the most part, as long as they didn't teleport to somewhere dangerous, like the inside of a volcano, the top of Mount Everest, like unprepared at least, and all stuff like that, then hypothetically I should be fine. But I gotta test that out. I gotta figure that out. Whole ton of experimentation. Second, I got to figure out what the limits of the teleportation is, not just on a distance front or on a ability usage front, but also on a taking things with me front. Can I just teleport myself? Can I teleport other people? Can I teleport clothes? Can I teleport anything? Because that would lead to a whole lot of different things. One, no gas. Like for anybody, anyone I know. Hey, dude, can you do me a favor? I need to be to work in like 2 seconds. I bet. And then bada bing, bada boom, you're at work. Yeah, I'd be the homie. Like, it would literally take no time at all. That's the beautiful thing. So much time, effort, energy, money, everything is wasted on travel time. But if I can just skip that, yeah, for sure. You need help? I got you. Sure, I wouldn't probably go around blabbing it to everybody, because, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine one of your homies just walks up to you one day and is like, oh yeah, by the way, I can break the fundamental laws of the universe and be in another place that's on the other side of the planet in an instant. And then to prove it to you, they literally just grab you and suddenly you're in China. Like, I think you'd be a little bit caught off guard, but I wouldn't mind helping certain people out. Another major thing I'm going to be doing with it is just like, I'm going to do some dumb stuff, all right? I'm going to teleport high into the sky and then fall. Now, you may be wondering what in the world, Pencil, what is going through your head? Why would you want to do that? Because like skydiving without a parachute sounds kind of metal. That's another thing I need to test. How does my momentum carry? Like notably, I'd probably be teleporting most of the time from like a stagnant spot. Like I wouldn't be running into a teleport. I'd just be like, okay, I'm sitting down here recording. Oh, I forgot something on the other side of the planet, I guess, and I'd be over there. But like hypothetically, say I were falling, say I were in a car, like what happens? Does my momentum skip? Does my momentum stop? Like, well, I keep falling, because if I keep falling, then that's horrible. Then I will never be teleporting myself into the sky and then falling, because if I teleport myself into the sky, hit terminal velocity, and then try to teleport out, I'm still going to end up wherever I am with terminal velocity, and that's no fun. If teleporting can reset me to 0, like straight up, no matter what I'm doing previously in the previous instance before the teleportation, I will just end up standing in like a neutral position. It could literally just be a T-pose for all I care. I just appear like that, then I'm perfectly fine with that, because then I will be skydiving without a parachute. I'm sorry, it just has to happen. But with that being the case, another thing that has to happen is I need to figure out what it looks like, because notably I highly doubt I would be like seeing myself when I teleport. So I would have somebody record me and then I teleport in and then look at it, because it would be concerning if I teleport and I kind of just leave no trace, like legitimately, like I don't like have a flash or anything. I literally just boop. Like what's that one guy from Mob Psycho, the way he does it, just straight up, and then he just appears somewhere else. That kind of teleportation. If I have that kind of teleportation, okay, still no theft. Like, obviously, I know something that hops to a lot of your minds if you have the ability to teleport is, I am teleporting inside a bank, I'm taking all the money, and I'm leaving. But no, I wouldn't actually do that. I think that's a little bit too risky still, because, like, you can still be caught on camera. Even if you're moving, like, at instantaneous speeds, you're going to be there for even an instant. And obviously, they're going to notice the fact that a large chunk of money just randomly went missing. And obviously, you will not be able to explain that on your taxes. Oh, hey, what happened? You see, I won the lottery. You never bought a ticket. True, but you weren't there with me. You see, in reality, I actually bought a ticket last week. The lottery wasn't that high last week. And besides, you have all cash. Stop asking what, like, legitimately the rabbit hole you'd have to go down to try and figure out what to do with all your thefted money. Like, I just don't think it's worth it. But you know what is worth it? Telling everybody. Now, you may have heard me earlier like, I wouldn't tell everybody. But I wouldn't tell everybody in like a, hey, I give out free teleports. I'd be like, hey, major companies who like things transported, how about instead of spending millions upon millions of dollars in transport, you pay me $500,000 a job. And suddenly I'm teleporting. Like, legitimately, I'm just taking cargo and making it appear in one place to another. Once again, if I can teleport other things with me. If I can't do that, and I can only teleport, like, people or a limited range of things or something like that, then it'd be a little bit different. It's not like I'll be able to teleport a whole cargo ship with me. But if I can teleport a whole cargo ship, yeah, you know I'm charging companies a whole bunch. The only concern about that is like, would your boy get captured? Like, would people be okay with that? That's the only thing. Like, especially since I'm going to be the only person in this hypothetical reality with superpowers, would people be cool with that? Would it be considered extortion? Like, it would just be a legitimate business on my end. Like, yes, I have an ability that other people don't have. You kind of want me for that, right? Like, because that's what essentially going into interviews and proving yourself is. Like, oh, yes, I have this unique set of skills that only I can use. You want me. So essentially, I would just be Oh, that'd be dangerous, though. That'd be super dangerous. That's the only thing. It'd be really, really dangerous. Because, like, imagine the companies you would put out of business. Imagine the companies I would put out of business if I could just teleport everything. Shipping companies, shut down. Trucking companies, shut down. Any companies, shut. That would be the only thing. I feel like those companies would not be happy with me. You know, just taking all of their profits at a fraction of the price. Because essentially, my price would be unbeatable. Like, I'm not exactly sure. Hold on, let me look up something. So this is from 2010. In March 2010, the average price for a geared 500 TEU container ship was 10 million, while gearless ships of 6,500 and 12,000 TEU average prices of 74 million and 105 million respectively. I'll just charge a company $1 million. I'll charge a company $1 million to ship everything that would be on that hypothetical ship in seconds. Like, legitimately, even if I could only teleport one crate at a time, I will be getting their product wherever it needs to be faster than it could ever get there. I'd be unbelievably rich. That's the question. Like, I'm not sure who would get me. I'm not sure if people would be like, oh, we need to kidnap this man so we can experiment on him and figure out how to replicate his teleporting powers. Or they would kidnap me and be like, oh no, we got to get rid of this man because he's taking away all our business. Or if I would be protected by all the companies that are like, yes, this guy's charging us like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the going rate. We must make sure this man is safe. Like, notably, I'd have to do like some undercover. It sounds so complicated, but like I would have to do a whole ton of undercover jobs. Like jobs that are like, hey, under the table, you slide me $1 million into my bank account, and I'll have that entire warehouse emptied before dawn. Before dawn. Dawn's in 5 minutes. Yeah, dawn's in 5 minutes, but I got it for you. Just wire me $1 million right now. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Look at it right now. Where'd the warehouse go? I told you I'd have it done before dawn. Now I can put them at the bottom of the Mariana Trench if you want to, if I don't get my money. I don't know. I don't know why I'd be talking like that, but it would be something along those lines. Or I'd have to do a couple undercover deals, get my money up, not my funny up, get a little bit of a reputation. And then obviously there's the other major use for it. I'm talking about like large scale shipping companies. I could literally just create that guy with the teleportation. That guy, I'm not even sure what it would be like. To Guap, teleportation. I can take you literally anywhere and everywhere for a fraction of the price. It can literally be cheap too. Like, once again, my teleportation is instantaneous. It's not like it's a massive laboring process for me to take things from somewhere. Say I charge the average person $50. Oh, I want to go to Paris. Okay, do you have a passport? Yes. Do you have $50? Yes. Do you have all your luggage packed? Yes. You're in Paris. Whoa, how'd we get here? I teleported us. Like, legitimately, can you imagine? Imagine how much money you would make off of just doing that alone. Sure, it may get a little bit tedious because you'd have to be teleporting a whole bunch, but presumably this doesn't take my stamina, or at least not so much of it. Like, maybe, let's say, even if I had only like 100 teleports, so that may be too high, maybe like only 100 teleports, but say I only had 10 teleports a day, just 10 clients, 10, charge everybody a flat rate of $50. That's $500 a day. Let's do some quick math. So say for some reason, once again, because this is a nigh on instantaneous process and I can do it, you know what, I'll even lower it. I'll do this times 9. Let's say I always want to save a teleport just in case I need to get home. We'll even do, we won't even do that. We'll just multiply this by 5. So I did 50 times 365. Let's say I'm working every day. And let's say for every single teleport, since I only have 10 teleports, I'm going to take 4 clients a day. So we're going to do that times 4. I mean, still not too impressive. I'd have to charge more than 50. I'd have to charge more than 50 because that's only 73,000 a year. And like for how much working 365 days a year, even if it's only for a little bit. The thing is, I can live off that though. I don't need much. I'm not a complicated individual. Can you imagine the vlogs? Like hey, we're teleporting people today. I'm going to be in, but just imagine the money you could make, whether it be just on small scale, large scale, giga scale. Like imagine the government hires you. You get a government contract. Hey, we need X stuff here from here. Like now, can you do that? I bet. Can I not do my taxes this year? Okay, sure. But boom, you're good. Like legitimately, the options are endless. And like, here's the thing. Just because, I'm a manga man. Let's say I need to fight somebody. No one's ever beating me in a fight because they're literally going to be left in the ocean. Like someone tries to jump me. Someone tries to hurt me. Someone says, I want all your money. No. And then suddenly they're literally on the top of Mount Everest. Like, what are they going to do to stop me? What are they going to do to get out of that? There's nothing. Like, if someone actually tries to fight me, I will put them in a real life infinite. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 will have nothing on me. I will drop them. And as they hit terminal velocity, I will put them back at the edge of the atmosphere, and I will drop them again, and I will put them back at the edge of the atmosphere, and I'll drop them again. I will keep doing it. I will loop that bad boy like my name is Toucan Sam. I swear. Golly gee willikers, fellas, it would be diabolical. Notably, there's not anyone I would actually treat that way, and I think no one would actually want to fight me, because I think everyone would know, right? Like, think about it. Would you mess with the guy who, for all means and reason, has exact, entire, and nigh on perfect control over space-time? That's essentially what teleportation is. Like, just the ability to move from one point in space to the other in an instant is essentially space-time control. Sure, I cannot pause time. I cannot rewind time. But the fact that I can take you from the tip of Florida to the Antarctic, and then to the Great Wall of China, and then straight to the outback of Australia before you could blink, I think most people know that I wouldn't be the one. I would not be the one you want to mess with. I wouldn't want to mess with that. I don't think any logical human being would. The only question is, like, how instantaneous is my reaction time? Like, could I react to, like, high velocity projectiles? Like, notably, if I can teleport just by thinking, I should be good. Because, like, thought moves faster than any weapon ever. Like, I don't think there's anything, like, legitimately faster than my neurons firing. And I don't even need to go anywhere special. I can literally just train myself, if I'm ever, like, thinking I'm in danger, to automatically just go home. Unless if home is compromised, then I may be in trouble. But if home isn't compromised, I'm literally just going to always just leave. Vacate. The only issue would be, like, borders. Because, I mean, I do have a passport. But would I be allowed? But the question is, like, who would know? Like, unless I intentionally do dumb stuff, who would know? The dumb stuff would probably be fine. But it's actually when I have to do, like, actual legitimate jobs where it probably gets questionable. Because, like, I'm not sure how airlines register with other countries. Like, if you're flying any sort of airline, did that airline have to previously make an agreement with the country that they're going to land in if you leave your country? Domestic flights are fine. Like, notably, I could just teleport anyone. I think about it. I would never have to take a job outside the U.S. Even, like, if you just need something across the country, you need something from California to New York, I'll charge you $500,000 for that. It's still cheaper than any sort of truck you have to go buy, truck that needs to be built, then you have to wait, like, multiple days for it to reach all the way across the country in an instant. Light work. I'll just always charge, like, half the going rate of any sort of transportation fee. Because, like, can you beat that? Can you, like, hypothetically, right? Say this is you and me. I appear in front of you, and I'm like, hey, I've been hearing that you really, really, really want to go to Cabo, Mexico, right? And you tell me, naturally, yes, Cabo, Mexico is heat. I would love to go there. I'd be like, oh, them flight prices are looking pretty expensive. What you got? Oh, for, like, the luggage, my friends, myself, all that, we're looking at a solid, like, 700. I'm definitely lowballing here, but still 700. I bet I'll give it to you for 250. 250? 250. Slide me the money right now and you're there. I bet. Boom, and you're gone. You're just there. Sure, the issue would be getting back. That's the only question. Like, it would mostly be one-way trips, unless I would actually have to use insert sponsor here. I do not have sponsors yet, so I will not be plugging any website. But if I did have a sponsor, this would be the perfect time to plug them, because I'd be like, oh, I just have to make my own website using this amazing creative-friendly website, blank blank, and then bada bing, bada boom. You know which one I'm talking about, even if I'm not going to say it. Unfortunately, this is still kind of like free advertising. But even still, I've just used that, and, like, you'd have to book me, which would be weird. I wonder, what would that be like, though? Wouldn't that be like having, like, someone, because essentially that's kind of how Uber works. You kind of just choose whether or not you take the job. It would be Tuber. That guy with the pencil, to Guap, Uber, Tuber. Just teleporting everywhere. Hey, where do you want to go? I don't feel like that's the only issue. Like, if someone needs to be back for work, but I just really don't feel like teleporting there. No, that'd be mean. That's the thing. I feel like, despite, like, oh, I'm gonna charge a whole bunch of money, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, like, if a person just needs the help, I'm probably gonna teleport you somewhere. I'm probably gonna be, like, constantly on call. Like, it'll be the middle of the night, I'll be knocked out, and someone's gonna be like, hey, we need this transplant heart to this individual, or else they're going to the hearts. Oh, you knew. I didn't know, but I took a wild guess. I may have taken the wrong heart, but I can work on that. Just save the man's life. Like, legitimately, I think I would be like that kind of. I wouldn't consider myself a kind, humble, altruistic individual, because I think the moment you consider yourself those, you are not them anymore. So, legitimately, I don't think I ever am that, nor would ever will be, but I don't think I'd be able to ignore people in need. Though at the same time, I'd definitely be commercializing my power, which seems weird, right? Because, like, notably when you think of people getting superpowers, it's like, oh, how can I use this to, like, take over the world? How can I use this to rob banks? For some reason, that seems like the most common thing. Like every time I ask any of my friends, like one common question that always goes through our heads is like, "Yo, you get not reality stone. You get X infinity stone. What are you doing with it?" And somehow, some way, the first thing that usually comes out is, "I'm gonna rob a bank." Like, how are you gonna rob a bank with the power stone? Like, you're just gonna light that bad boy up or something? Like, I have no idea, but he is specific. Like, every single time, every single infinity stone, because I've hit him with each one, he's like, rob a bank. Most of them make sense, but not all of them. And I feel like a lot of people think that way, especially with teleportation, because of how quick, fluid, easy it is, especially if you get that good, that high quality teleportation. Yeah, it sounds... I didn't even think of the astrophysicist in me. It'd be super risky and but like if I could get a partnership with like any sort of like, let's say NASA really wants to visit like the edge of the universe, but would I live? Like, if they gave me a full spacesuit, everything I need to survive and all of that, could I teleport to the parts of the unseen universe and teleport back? I feel like that'd be so rich. I would need a whole ship. Like I would legit need to teleport like a whole crew with me or something. But I didn't even think about that until just now. Like imagine I could actually open up the universe to humanity. I could call. Wow. Now that I think about it, I'm thinking way too small scale. I'm thinking, oh, how am I going to make money on Earth? I can make money anywhere. Legitimately anywhere. I would have to be very careful. I cannot teleport a whole planet. But like, think about it. If realistically there's no limits on my teleportation, I can teleport anywhere within the universe. We're gonna assume I can't just like teleport into other realities, because that'd be a little bit too broken. Let's say I can teleport anywhere in the universe. Just give me the materials. Give me whatever you need. Oh, we need X, Y, and Z on Mars in order to colonize it. I bet. There. Mars will be colonized within a year. If so, if that. We'll start building an atmosphere. I will take a whole bunch of trees over there. I'll do it myself. I will build the trees. Like, legitimately. That'd be so, like, admittedly, one thing I do love, I couldn't explore it because I was just never smart enough for it, but I do love the idea of exploring the universe. I'd have to be careful though, because like, I'm not exactly sure if my faster than light human neuron firing reaction speed would be able to like save me from a black hole. I would just have to be very careful around that. Like, I don't think you could pay me enough money to actually like get close enough to where I could hypothetically be close enough to a black hole to like take a good picture of it or whatever. Like, that would be a little bit too scary for me. But like, oh, there are multiple other planets on the other side of, not even like the other side of the universe, just in other galaxies that we've already identified as habitable. Like, hypothetically, if humanity could reach those planets, we could live on there too. I would be the start of like a whole human scourge. Like, legitimately, we would just be everywhere in the universe. That would be bad. It would all be because of me. Yo, can you imagine going down in the history books? The great teleporter, he skipped space so we could run. Though the thing is, though, like, there would have to be it would have to be a hereditary ability. Like, my kids better be able to have it, because I feel bad though, like my kids would automatically be locked into that job. Because say hypothetically I do colonize a majority of the living universe, that doesn't suddenly give us warping technology. If this is just a magical or genetic or scientific ability that only I have, the moment I perish and I no longer exist, then bada bing bada boom, all of the spread out humanity is now unconnected, and there's so many issues that would come with that. Like, unironically, that would cause more trouble than it was worth, but I could do like a whole ton of exploration. The only issue that I could see is like anything dealing with stars, because that wouldn't be safe, and anything dealing with like the bottom of the ocean, which seems weird because it's like on an on-planet thing, but like water pressure is crazy. Like, it is how much of the ocean is unexplored, and how much of that is because we literally just couldn't build anything that could actually survive the pressure of being that deep underwater. I will suddenly not be able to survive that much. Like, that'll simply be beyond my jurisdiction. But anywhere in space where there is only a lack of gravity, I may just become a space traveler. Hey, NASA, bring. Yeah, what's up? So we found this thing. Oh, what thing? It's a habitable planet. Oh, really? Cool. Where is it? So, you know, the Great Attractor. Oh yeah, you mean that thing that's like on the outskirts of the universe that we can't actually identify due to universal tilt, and thusly we have no idea what it actually is, and it's sort of just drawing everything to it? Yeah, that thing. The habitable planet, it's near there. Yeah. and you want me to go there. Yeah. I ain't trying to go see Lightning McQueen, dog. Okay. So essentially, that's what I would do with teleportation. To recap, 1, I just use it for all the basic stuff, like traveling, literally becoming Mr. Worldwide. Pitbull would have nothing on me, as I literally just experience the entire world for the low price and the low time cost of free. Yes, I'm bringing friends. Yes, I'm bringing family. Heck, I'm bringing patrons too. So become a patron for as low as $1 a month, or become a member for as low as $3 a month, because you will also be coming on, what would we call that? Guap trips? That guy with teleportation. I think that would really just be it. Like, imagine the vlogs. But yeah, that's what I do first. I do a whole ton of dumb stuff with it, just traveling everywhere, enjoying life, getting used to the power, understanding it, its limitations, all that. Then next step, I'm making money moves. I'm making deals. We'll start off small scale, the occasional $50 here, $50 job there. We'll rise up a little bit, go to some private companies, be like, what you need delivered, I got it delivered for you in an instant, just like that. Get some more money up, make some government contracts here and there, teleporting stuff so I don't have to pay taxes. Then finally, we're doing that big bad space adventure. We're teleporting anywhere, everywhere after getting our money up, not our funny up. We're exploring the universe. We're gonna go see Lightning McQueen. No, we aren't. But there's so many different fun things that I feel like I could do with teleportation. However, what would you do with the ability of teleportation? Tell me that below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It makes a little notifications to miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also I do have a Patreon below. Each for as low as $1. Cut them on down months. So there's videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dag with the Pencil, writing off.